my gosh, y'all. What is going on? Y'all, please tell me you can hear my audio. We've been through it tonight, getting this set up, y'all.
Yes, we have.
So,
happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there.
So if you're in the chat, is my audio's up, right?
Yeah, I can
We're
hear
good?
you.
Okay. Yeah, so if you can hear us, please let us know that you can hear us and that this audio is good.
Yeah, and if the stream is glitching, please let us know in the chat.
If it's unbearable, yes, right? If it's unbearable to watch, let us know. Okay, loud and clear. So audio is good.
Okay,
y'all, we're in the country right now. Wi-Fi,
the backwoods.
Connection. Everything is really spotty out here. So let's be real. This stream almost didn't happen tonight. We were gonna do that. We had this whole elaborate setup that we were about to do tonight, and then we realized that
we had to cut it. Had to cut it.
So we're lucky we have this much going on right now. We almost used our phones. So I see we already have some people in the chat. What's going on, y'all? Go ahead, hit that thumbs up.
Crawford, what's up, my man? He says happy Thanksgiving, happy
good.
Turkey Day. CS Space I, is that a new name? Thank you for joining us this evening. We did have a jam-packed episode for you today, but we're just going to wing it. Got a couple things we want to talk about, but go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, I noticed the chat box isn't up. Well, you know what? I'm not going to even click any more buttons. No chat box on the screen tonight, y'all.
Right, the computer might just blow up at any moment right now.
Yeah, so, okay. That's weird that's not showing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, y'all.
The pothead BTC in the chat, he says stream is fine.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So welcome everyone. I hope everyone had a happy holiday. Whatever you were celebrating today, happy holiday.
Yes.
Here in America, it was a particular holiday. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna let the algorithm do its thing real quick, and then we'll get into the main topic. What's going on, everyone? I see we have more people trickling in. Thank you for joining us this evening. I hope you brought your aunties and uncles and nieces and nephews.
We're going to try to keep it PG-13 tonight. And I am Creole.
And I'm Shill URL.
Yes, and together we are Untwisting the Game Crypto, where we discuss all things Bitcoin, Polkadot, and Cardano.
Absolutely.
We did have a long agenda for tonight, but we ran into some technical difficulties, but we're just going to wing it, and we're really going to pay attention to the chat if you have any questions or comments. But Michelle wanted to talk about a couple of things at first, but I really want to talk about Bitcoin dominance and why Bitcoin will always be king. Fight me in the comments if you don't believe me, but I'll go ahead and pass the mic to Michelle.
Yes, just to say that one more time, any comments, any thoughts, whatever, go ahead and put that in the chat. Okay, let's have a talk. This is an open conversation. All right, so the first thing I just wanted to cover real quick, I just wanted to shout out a couple of NFT collections. So Megapont, which we've talked about before, which is on Stacks. Right, this is a Stacks NFT. Y'all, we're seeing some crazy numbers come in with these Megaponts.
Yes.
13K, 22K, 30K for these Megaponts. So shout out to Crypto Joe in the Discord.
Yes,
he was on this.
He was on it.
You were also on this too, Creole.
Yeah, well, I bought two because of Crypto Joe, Dr. Crypto.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. If this thing goes to the moon, I owe you a Ferrari or something for sure. But definitely, that's why you want to stay connected with us in the Discord, because we find gems like this all the time. And if you're not familiar with Stacks, Stacks is a smart contract protocol that is running on top of the Bitcoin network. Again, Bitcoin is king.
Yeah. So, and I would pull up the Discord right now, but like I said, we're on a thin thread right now with our connectivity. So I'm not gonna push it too much by bringing up the Discord, but yeah, as always, stuff that we get into, we are posting about in the Discord. And another thing that I have just been annoying people with is, of course, Aku. You know what? Let me get that right, y'all. I have a bad habit of saying Aku. It is Aku, okay? We're gonna use those enunciations and pronunciations, okay, and get it right. So Aku, gotta open that throat a little bit on it. So yeah, I've been talking about this project and annoying everyone about this project for a while now. Quick shout out on this Aku. See, I did it again. On this Aku World event experience that is happening at Miami Art Basel.
We will be there.
Yes, we're going to be there. Incredible stuff. Kelani going to be there. Some artists. Like, it's going to be an incredible time.
Yes, and actually stay tuned and connected with us, because we did have a +1. That person may or may not join us, so we may have an extra ticket to this event. We will let you know by Sunday. Yes,
we'll let you know. And of course, the community, the UTG community, is going to have first dibs on that. So yeah, just stay tuned. Like Creole was saying, it may or may not become available. We'll let you know. But again, what's really cool about this, the tickets that we get to experience this 3D minting room where we get a personal avatar made of ourselves for the world of Aku, right? Yes. So super cool stuff going on here. Merch, exclusive merch dropping each day.
Yeah, these tickets were pricey. We'll leave it like that. A couple of stacks. But we may have an extra one, so please keep in touch with us and follow the streams leading into the next week. We will be in Miami that week. And we actually will have a couple of other tickets we're going to be giving out. City Coins is going to be in Miami. They're going to have an event. Right. We will raffle off some tickets for that. Ripple Rick is in the chat. What's up, Ripple Rick? Says Thanksgiving.
What's going on?
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Thanks for joining, Ripple.
And to end it off, and then we're going to go ahead and get to the topic for tonight, I have to shout out Aku again here, just killing it with these this aftermarket with these resales. The last sold chapter 3 was sold for $38,888, you all. Man. And this was released August 1st. That's 3 months ago, right? And again, I was on my Instagram. If y'all haven't followed me on my Instagram, I was talking about this. Very drop, right?
She was.
So that would have been $1,000 times 38.
And Michelle went mad on the whole collection. She's got them all, so good for her. She was telling me about it. I just didn't get into it. And then, right. Visa picked up the project, and it just kind of blew out of the water.
Right, yeah. Micah Johnson will be working with Visa on some things to help improve the NFT and creator community. So, yeah, but it's like a lot more than that also that's going on with this movement. But again, the floor right now, was, I believe, 400,000. I see we had some other sellers come in at 71. So the floor on this is $71K, just from 3 months ago being $1,000. So I had to shout this out. This is super exciting for the Aku community, and we're gonna be partying next week.
Yes, we are. We will be in Miami. So Harry Lam, thank you for joining. Harry says, hi everyone, hope you're all fat and happy with turkey and booze. We're getting there on the booze, but buy the dip, not the FUD. I bought more ADA and DOT this week than I have in a while. Good for you. We have been buying at these prices too. These prices are a blessing right now, right?
Yes. We've been buying, and as again, like I said, follow me on my Instagram, michelle.url. As I've been saying in the Discord on my Instagram right now, I've been buying ADA. I know there's a little FUD around ADA right now. I'm not concerned whatsoever. I wish people would be a little bit, kind of clarify things around that situation, but I'm still buying ADA. I'm buying stacks. I've been buying Miami coin as well, and that's like my sweet spot right now. I'm not getting too crazy. I know there's a lot of hype going on in the metaverse and gaming and stuff like that. I'm not getting too crazy with that. I'm paying attention, and if I see an opportunity, I'll jump on it. So as usual, go ahead and hop in the Discord, y'all. Link should be in the description.
All right, and we'll move into the entire reason for this live stream here. Let me get settled. I may switch spots with Michelle, or you can stay there. So, Michelle and I are actually in the same room right now. We are together, and we decided to do a live stream. And it was my turn to come up with the title. And I was actually on the Logic Spheres channel. I believe that was this past week, and we were talking about crypto, some hidden gems, what I'm buying, what I suggest other people look into. And we kind of had a back and forth regarding Bitcoin and decentralization. And, the community over there, they are very altcoin heavy. And I had to push back on that. So I wanted to just kind of open up the floor here to see if anyone had any questions regarding Bitcoin's dominance or why I think Bitcoin will always be number one. And it comes down to just one simple thing. So I have pulled up here. It is fiatleak.com, I believe. On this website, on your screen, it shows you in real time which coins are being bought, and at what price, and also the volume here. And the takeaway here is that when you step back, Bitcoin is always number one, especially if you look outside of America. Every now and then Ethereum will kind of flip Bitcoin when we're looking at the real-time purchases. But when you look on the 24-hour volume, 24-hour trading, Bitcoin is always king. And why? So I just wanted to kind of talk to you about why Bitcoin will always be king. In my humble opinion, we've been in the market. This is our second cycle. So we've seen altcoins come and go with their promises and with their white papers. But at the end of the day, Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that is vying to be the global reserve currency. Okay, if you just look at the top 10 coins right now, none of these coins same addressable market as Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is very unique in that sense. And fight with me in the comments if you don't believe what I'm saying, or if you have another opinion or another view. So when you step back and just look at the cryptocurrency market right now, all right, if you look at the top 10, outside of Bitcoin, what the market is telling you is that they do not care about centralization or decentralization, right? Right now, NFTs, DeFi is the craze. So what the market cares about is speed and transactions and low transaction fees. I think right now that is just a particular era that we're in. But in the long run, when you step back and you realize that the entire global financial system will be moving to cryptocurrency, there's only one answer for that security there, and that is Bitcoin. Let me go to the comments here. Crawford says Bitcoin will be the most exclusive due to scarcity. All the richest people will want it. It doesn't have to do anything. Exactly. All the other coins have to produce. I'm still altcoin heavy. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, and I'm glad you said it in that way, Crawford. We're altcoin heavy too. I've been buying Bitcoin since the beginning, But these altcoins, you'll see 10, 100, even 1,000x on your holdings. So, you know, your portfolio will be skewed. So what we plan on doing, moving into the bear market, depending on if this is a super cycle or not, we should know about January or February, is taking a lot of those profits and moving it back into Bitcoin. Why? Because just like Crawford said, if you look at the entire cryptocurrency space, all the Bitcoin will be bought up first. Before all of the Ethereum will be bought up, before all of the Cardano will be bought up, before all of these other coins will be bought up, Bitcoin is the most scarce and it's the most prominent. Okay, so in 10, 15 years from now, people aren't going to ask you how much Ethereum do you have, right? You're going to go to a bank to try to get a loan. You're going to, you know, put your kids through college. They're going to ask, how many Bitcoins do you have, right? How many Satoshis do you have? Your wealth in the new coming world is going to be based on how much Bitcoin you have. We are hodlers of last resort, right? Because that protocol cannot change. The maximum amount of the supply will not change. Unlike all of these other proof of stake coins, unlike Ethereum, unlike Polkadot, unlike all these other cryptocurrencies, that supply can change on you. Okay, let me go back to the chat here. Michael Swain, what's up, Michael? I just want to hear you out before I respond. Please respond. I mean, I've been accused of being a Bitcoin Mac, just like gold has been the primary store of value for the past 3,000 years. Bitcoin will be that asset. So for me, Michael, and let's have a conversation here. So when we look at addressable markets, all right, and I said this earlier, Bitcoin is the only coin where its addressable market is all of the money in the world. Why? Because if you look at the properties of money, it has to be divisible, durable, fungible, portable, scarce, verifiable, and also it has to have an established history, and it also has to be censorship resistant. Bitcoin is the only coin that has all of those properties perfectly because of its immaculate conception. There will never be another Bitcoin. Okay, Michael Swain says, thoughts on how BTC will continue market dominance given one, progressive linear downward trend since 2014. Okay, I answer that because Bitcoin is not competing with Ethereum. Bitcoin is not competing with Binance Coin. Right. Bitcoin is in its own category.
Own thing. Yeah.
So all these other altcoins are competing with each other. So yes, in a way, Bitcoin's dominance will trend down like it has since 2014. But if you take Bitcoin out of the equation and look at the other coins, Ethereum is trending down. You know, all these other coins are going to be battling with each other. Like Ethereum's final boss is not Bitcoin. Ethereum's final boss is Polkadot, Cardano, Solana, you know, all these other smart contract platforms. So when we look at the global monetary system, Bitcoin is the only global digital system where anyone can plug in with no barrier at any time in any moment. Okay, when central banks start releasing their central bank digital currencies, they're not going to back their central bank digital currencies with Ethereum. They're going to back their currencies with Bitcoin because Bitcoin is that coin. Crawford says ADA has a set limit. Just saying, because if you look at 2017, Ethereum didn't have many competitors, right? So I separate Bitcoin from everything else. Tom says BTC is the only coin given a pass by the SEC and the American government. The old money-rich long-time elites are now buying it. BTC may be the only truly safe bet in crypto. Pull up the next tab. I'm glad you said that. This is a great segue, Harry. You're right. Why does the SEC leave Bitcoin alone? Because they know they can't do anything about it. They know they can't stop it. They know they can't turn all the nodes off, right? These other centralized coins, they can stop it. Okay, Michael Swain says, all good though. My intention isn't to bring heat to the comp. Oh, no. I didn't take that as heat at all. If I say anything incorrectly, please call me out on it. Or if you have a different perspective, It's nothing but love over here. So I've pulled up a website called bitcointreasuries.net. It should be loading up here in a second on your screen. I suggest you go here, and it's I believe it's not real time, but if you follow their Twitter page, they are very active in keeping this chart up to date. But we can take a look at here at our Bitcoin treasuries, all right? And we can see all of the corporations across the world that have Bitcoin on their balance sheets, right?
Hey,
and
hold on one second. Let's make sure.
Okay, let me give it a sec. Okay, it came up.
Yeah, so hey, let us know that you can still hear us.
It froze up. Yeah, let me give it a sec. Okay, back now. Oh, I didn't hear you for a few minutes though. Oh. Well, we feared this may happen, and we may have to rerun this episode back when we get to some reliable internet connection. But Crawford, I'm not for sure where I left off, but I was going back to what Harry Lime was saying about BTC is the only coin given a pass by the SEC. He's correct on that, and the reason why is because Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that cannot be stopped, right? Bitcoin and some of its forks. But let me move a little bit on forward to this website, bitcointreasuries.net. What we're going to see moving into the future is that the next play here isn't retail, right? The next play is, what are corporations going to buy? What are hedge funds going to buy? What are these family offices with tens and hundreds of billions of dollars going to buy? They are going to pile into Bitcoin. Now, they may play with some of these other altcoins. It's a casino, there's some risk out there, some risk management offices. But for the store of value, right? And we're talking about money here, the evolution of money, okay? What's the evolution of money? First it's a collectible, then it's a store of value, then it's a medium of exchange, then it's a unit of account, then it becomes a full global money, okay? When we look at the cryptocurrency industry right now, Bitcoin is so far ahead in the evolution of money than anything else, right? Right now we're at the stage of store of value. So we're going to see these corporations and governments start to back their bonds and back their assets with Bitcoin on their balance sheets. All right, let me go back to the chat here. Man from day one, what's up, man? Happy Turkey Day. Okay, I think you were also in the Patreon live I did with the Logic Sphere. We were kind of going back and forth on Bitcoin's value. And at the end of the day, Bitcoin is going to have the most value because it's going after the global reserve currency. Ethereum is not trying to be the global reserve currency, right? Cardano is not trying to be a global reserve currency. Cardano, Ethereum, Polkadot, you have to think of them as applications. Okay, Bitcoin is going to be the base layer of the entire global financial economy. So you have to separate Bitcoin from all these other altcoins. Okay, Harry Lam says, Pothead BTC, you good? A man from day one, hear you loud and clear. Harry Lam, you good now? Thank you. Michael Swain can hear you at for sure. So I'll leave all of these links in the description below, but definitely take a look at this Bitcoin treasuries, and it also have governments on this list too, right? Governments are buying Bitcoin because it's the hardest money. Out of all cryptocurrencies, especially in the top 10, Bitcoin is the hardest money. The hardest money is going to win this crypto race. Okay. You have anything else, Michelle? I think I had a couple other things I wanted to pull up here. Go to CoinDance. Or
I don't have too much to say right now. I think just one thing that, kind of backtracking a little bit, one thing that I constantly see is, you're not going to make as much with Bitcoin. You're going to make more money in alts and this, that, and the other. And like, I get that. As I was kind of telling someone, I think we're at a point where with Bitcoin, or sort of at a point where it's not about, it's not about the 1000x, right? It's not about the sudden wealth, or it's about the at least this is how I see Bitcoin. It's about the preservation of wealth, right? And I don't know, that's just something that I always see as just as altcoiners kind of attack Bitcoin. They think all the gains have left Bitcoin, right? It's just done and over.
Yeah, and I would even push back on that, because if you're in this, if you're in crypto for 2 cycles or more, what you're going to find out is if you just would a dollar cost average into Bitcoin and held it, half of the time you're going to end up better than playing the altcoin casino. Because yes, you'll have that 100, 1000x on a coin, but a lot of times you're going to lose your ass, right?
Right, and a lot of times those coins may not exist.
Right.
In 4 years, right? And again, that's something as veterans at this point, we understand that, right? And as I've said before, Bitcoin to me is a savings account at this point. I buy Bitcoin every single week. I never miss a week. I just automatically buy it, and that's what I see it at this point. Right. It's like a preservation of wealth. I 100% believe that it will go up, right?
It's going to go up forever. Bitcoin, and this is what people don't understand, especially when you look at Bitcoin compared to altcoins. Bitcoin is going to go up forever because of its addressable market. Because even when we have central bank digital currencies, they're still going to print central bank digital currencies even easier than they are fiat money right now. All of that money is going to flow into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, right? And again, I push back on the gains thing. So if you're looking at a 2, 3, 4 year time horizon, yes, Bitcoin may not outperform your altcoin bag. But when you step back and see the tidal wave of corporate money that's about, in Wall Street money that's about to flow into the cryptocurrency industry, the majority of that is going to go into Bitcoin. And we're going to, because of the Bitcoin issuance and the halvening, we're going to reach a point to where there's going to be a supply shock, all right? And with this supply shock, Bitcoin is going to rise exponentially quicker than a lot of these altcoins, right? Because you have to look at the total supply, right? Polkadot Cardano, I think, is 42 billion total supply. Solana, I don't even know what Solana is. Nobody knows what Ethereum's total supply is, right? I mean, they're burning coins left and right. Nobody knows what the real supply is. So you have to keep your eye on the ball. The ball is the hardest money, because I'm telling you, once Bitcoin gets out of reach, you're not going to be able to afford it. And you're going to be kicking yourself knowing that you could have bought a full Bitcoin at $60,000 when it's $10 million.
Right. And it's the it's the safest out of the entire market in every single way, in literally every single characteristic of a blockchain, of a cryptocurrency, of an asset. Like, I mean, right. It really is the safest in the crypto market.
And I go back to what Crawford said earlier. Bitcoin doesn't have to do anything more. It's already won the hardest money in the race. And when you look at what's called the blockchain trilemma, right? A blockchain can either be scalable, decentralized, or be really secure. The way Satoshi Nakamoto developed Bitcoin is that it's the perfect mix of all three. right? It can be scalable on higher layer solutions. It's one of the most, if not the most decentralized coin in all of the space because of its proof of work mechanism and how the miners have their consensus mechanism and the nodes. And it's the most secure blockchain out of all blockchains, hands down. So when you're talking about, money, the hardest money, a global reset, the global asset that's going to back all digital currencies, it's going to be Bitcoin. All right. Any questions or any comments in the chat? I know I kind of rambled quite a bit.
Hanamichi joined the chat, said interesting. Thank you, Hanamichi. Crawford, yes. There's approximately at 40 trillion US dollars in circulation. Money in the form of investment, derivatives, and cryptocurrencies exceeds 1.3 quadrillion. BTC going up forever.
Yes. Again, Crawford coming with the facts and data here. I actually had, let me see if I can pull this up. Give me 1 second here, because I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, here it is. So when we look at the entire global money, right? The entire money in all of the world, Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency where that's its addressable market. So we look at real estate. Real estate right now worldwide is $220 trillion. Bonds worldwide is $130 trillion. And I believe about 10% of that 130 is moving into negative interest rates. So we're going to have about $16 trillion worth of bonds looking for a new home because they can't keep up with inflation, right? That new home, if they're looking into the digital realm, is going to be Bitcoin. It's not going to be Ethereum. It's not going to be Cardano. It's not going to be Polkadot. It's not going to be Solana, right? Okay, let's look at all the fiat currencies in the world right now, total about 120 trillion. Stocks. There's $90 trillion in stocks worldwide. Gold is around 11 trillion, silver 1 trillion. So when we look at the entire global money, entire global assets in the world, we're looking at close to 500 trillion. And that's not even including derivatives, like Crawford said. Nobody really knows how much money in derivatives are out there, right? I've seen some estimates between 400 trillion to 800 trillion and even higher, okay? So when you step back and realize that only less than 4% of the world uses cryptocurrency, and once they realize that digital assets are more secure, they're more scalable, they can move around fast, they're more portable, these people are going to start moving some of these assets into the digital world, digital real estate. Okay, Michael Swain says, the hard thing I see is that believing that BTC will always have market dominance is antithetical to what Hoskinson, Gavin Wood, or Olaf Carlson we would say. You're right about that. And again, we don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But and I love all three of these people, Charles, Gavin, and Olaf. I appreciate everything they've done to the crypto industry. But I think this is the point that they're missing. We're talking about money and not technology. Now, all three of those projects, Hoskinson, Gavin, and Olaf, when you look at it technologically, yes, Cardano, Polkadot, and what's Olaf's coin? Is it Algorand?
I can't. I don't recall.
I can't remember what Olaf's coin is. Is it Algorand? I'm not for sure. But yes, when you look at it as a tech play, those three coins have more technology. But money doesn't care about technology. Why has gold been around for 3,000 years? Right? Because it's durable and it's scarce and it's hard, right? Bitcoin is harder than all three of those technologically advanced coins. So you have to remove technology from money, right? Because when you're talking about people's money and people's savings and what they pass down to generation, they don't care about how fast it moves. They don't care about the number of transactions. What they care about is its hardness and its security.
And can I say something?
Yeah.
I personally think it's not even that deep. And what I mean by and this is what, because I've actually heard, I remember listening to specifically Charles talk about Bitcoin in previous AMAs. And I just remember listening to him thinking like, not this cat is crazy in regards to, he would always say Bitcoin is slow, it's, it's ancient, whatever, words he was using. And I think when I think specifically with Charles, I think it's just like a competition, right? And it kind of reminds me of like, what CEO do you know that doesn't want to be number one? Right. And so sometimes I think it's that aspect. Again, Bitcoin has no CEO, right? It has no face to it, right?
That's a good
and
point.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
And so when I think about a Charles Hoskinson or a Gavin Wood, I mean, they're the face of their blockchains, right? They employ people. So in my head, when I think of CEOs of, businesses, of course they want to be number one, right? They're not going to say we're going for number two, right? The chant for Cardano is we're going for number one, and Charles believes that wholeheartedly in his heart. And of course he may list, a number of different things on why Cardano, or Gavin could list a number of different things of, XYZ, but I think, sometimes it could be a little bit more surface than
right. And
at least that's what I get from
and
it.
again, nobody knows. This is just our opinion. We're telling you why we came to this conclusion. And one point that Michelle kind of pointed out here is that these other coins have faces, right? I was talking to actually a client of mine, and we were talking about Cardano and the SEC. And I was sending him some videos and writings and peer-reviewed articles, and he just replied back, I just don't like Charles. He has a punchable face. Mm-hmm. I just don't like him. I'll never buy Cardano. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing Bitcoin does have against the other coins, is that there's no brand, really. There's no face. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Bitcoin does not care. Michael Swain's, Polychain Capital is Olaf. That's right. Michael Swain, I'm not opposed on betting on two horses. Yes, you should always bet on multiple horses. We believe in diversification. We all agree the fundamental premise is that fiat won't exist in the long term.
Every single fiat in human history has failed. Every single one. Every single one. So yes.
Yeah. And one of these coins could flip Bitcoin one day. I particularly don't see it happening because I don't think Bitcoin is going to, replace, Cardano is going to replace all fiat currencies. Why? Because even if you look at the pairs, the trading pairs, the dominance is there in Bitcoin. When you're talking about global money, the money that's going to win is the money with the most liquidity. I can move into a Bitcoin position if it's the Russian ruble, if it's the Chinese yuan, if it's the digital dollar, every fiat currency in the world, you can jump directly into BTC or Bitcoin. You can't do that with all the other altcoins. Okay, Michael Swain says, definitely the power of BTC is that there is no one person who is the face of it. Yes, and in popular opinion, most people love that. Yes, they love the not the prestige, the mystery of Satoshi Nakamoto. Harry Lime, it's one thing for El Salvador to be buying Bitcoin, but once the first G20 or G7 nation starts buying it, every person on the planet is going to want it. One coin could change your life forever. That's true.
Even less than a coin could change your life forever.
And I'm willing to bet right now there are central banks out there buying Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
Because they see it as a national security threat. Even last week Hillary Clinton said, cryptocurrencies have the ability to destabilize nations She was talking about Bitcoin now. Let's not get it twisted. So, again, every Sunday, well, I try not every Sunday, but on Sundays, I give you updates on what the G20, the G7, what these central banks are doing across the world. And one thing is crystal clear. We are moving into a digital economy. The G20 says by 2024, they anticipate a global stablecoin. Okay. Another thing that's a part of this is that all the central banks, they're working together in clusters, right? There's no one blockchain that's going to rule all the central bank digital currencies. So moving into this digital future, they're going to have to have their assets backed by the hardest digital asset, and that's going to be Bitcoin, in my humble opinion. Crawford says in the chat, it's estimated that 0.25 of a coin is all you needed to be in the 1%. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. I've heard very similar numbers like that. But, I always think about the modern investor and kind of how he talks about, in the future, it's going to be cool for someone just to have 20,000 Satoshis, right? So, I mean, it's crazy, thinking about where we'll be in another 10 years.
Yes. And again, because of its scarcity, you're not going to always, in your lifetime, there's going to be a point where Bitcoin becomes so expensive, it's not even worth buying. These other altcoins, you're going to be able to purchase them reasonably in the future. And I
mean, I've heard some people say they're never going to stop buying BTC, right? Never going to stop. Yeah.
Right?
The Logic Sphere done dropped in.
Oh, the Logic Sphere. I was just talking about you, man. ISO 20022 compliance. Look that up. I don't know what that is. What's up, Logic Sphere? Won't be Bitcoin fam, respectfully. Hey, I will fight you to the death.
Then what will it be?
What will it be?
What will it be? Let us know.
I know what he's gonna say. The banks with the tanks. But Logic Sphere, bro. The United States government can't keep a website online, right? The defense.
Have y'all been to the .gov websites recently?
Logic,
they can't even use HTML.
Bro, what's his name? That hacked into the Defense Department and stole all those videos. Just got arrested. The guy with white hair. Assange. Julian Assange. Julian Assange can hack the most reputable government agency in America. Once these central bank digital currencies come out, every cypherpunk in the world is going to dedicate their entire life to hacking and destroying these central bank digital currencies. These CBDCs are going to fail, bruh. They're not going to have the security. They're going to be centralized. There's probably going to be 20 nodes, and they're going to get hacked. And what's going to happen, you're going to have an entire country lose all of its citizens' wealth, and that's the end of that central bank digital currency. Okay, Coin Hodler, Yo-Yo Thanksgiving 2021 compliance. Can you look that?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm not sure. Logic Sphere, can you be more specific on exactly what you're referring to with ISO? I found it. I have it right here.
Coin Hodler, happy Turkey Day, happy Private Key Day, y'all.
Okay, so I have something here. Is this what you're talking about, Logic Sphere? ISO 20022 crypto list among the key cryptocurrencies various experts have noted are compliant with the ISO 20022 update are the following: Ripple, XDC, Stellar Lumens, IOTA, and Algorand. So yeah, Logic Sphere, if you can kind of let us know a little bit more.
Okay, let me look at this ISO. I'm not too familiar with this. I've been following the G20, G7, and the FSB recommendations on central bank digital currencies. They all agree now that there is going to be a global stablecoin by 2024. Federal Reserve announces reserve banks will be adopting ISO 222 as their messaging format. Okay, it's not gonna happen. Logisphere, all XRP, Ripple, centralized. I know you don't care about centralization, but it's going to matter when we're talking about global reserve currencies. IOTA. Now, Algorand. I like Algorand. IOTA. Okay. I'm going to do an episode on this Logisphere. I might do this Sunday. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Coin hodlers, man from day one, and the laughing emoji. Oh, yeah. Me and Logisphere, we're going to box over this one day. Coin hodler, stacks, plates. Yes, Michael Swain. It seems to leading towards multiple, not just one reserve currency, a liquid exchange with competition on the free market scale. Yeah, I hear you on that, but the market has already spoken on that. Harry Lime, no one wants or needs a CBDC. I mean, we don't need it, and citizens aren't going to want it, but it's coming. Like, CBDCs are here, bro. They're being tested. They're about to be released. Color Connexion, what's up? You look like a new name. Subscribe, like the info. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Join me Sunday. I'm going to go live. I may jump a little bit deeper into this, but I hear what you're saying, Logisphere. I hear what you're saying. It's just not going to happen that way. These governments are about to fumble the bag because they're going to want too much control, right? Because if you think, yeah, the banks with the tanks, this is why CBDCs are going to fail, okay? Because if you think about it, right now, governments only have one way to stimulate the economy. What's that? To print money, right? And the Cantillon effect, the dribble down effect, right? Trickle down effect. That's the only way they can stimulate money. Now, with them having the power of being a programmable, controllable money, now they're going to have multiple ways of stimulating the economy. Not just being able to print money and put it in your wallet at any moment in time, but also they're going to be able to take money away from your savings account unless you don't spend it on certain items or certain industries, right? That's not going to sit well with the citizens and with the people. And the beautiful thing about this new digital economy that we're moving into, there's going to be choices. And the hardest asset is going to win. The hardest currency, the most scarce currency, the most censorship resistant currency is going to win in the long run. Okay, Michael Swain, the market is still speaking from BTC dominance of 93% in 2014 and 42% in 2021 with love, homie. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see Bitcoin dominance drop, not because it's performing poorly, but because there's so many other altcoins out there. But again, I implore you to separate Bitcoin from the pack. Everything else is an altcoin. Bitcoin is the only coin that is going for all the world's money.
Right, and it kind of, I mean, that's why everything else is called an altcoin, right? Because there really is that separation of Bitcoin being in its own lane. Kind of going to the Logisphere next comment. They've been working on this for years. The sheep love fiat. The digital yuan white paper is the blueprint. So I definitely hear you on this the Logisphere because I've had quite a lengthy conversation with Creole over this, because in my perspective, could I see BTC being the global reserve currency? I wouldn't be surprised, but again, I kind of hear you out on this logic sphere. My hesitation comes with the people, right? And as you say, the sheep, right? People, the average person, I just want everyone who's listening to this right now, you all are so far ahead right now listening to this. We are of a different breed, right? If you're in crypto, if you know what con artists they are at the Federal Reserve, if you understand money, if you understand the economy, if you understand why crypto is here in the first place, you're so advanced over the average everyday person, right? The average everyday person doesn't even know they're being screwed over by their savings account right now, their bank savings account, right? And so when you bring down the levels a little bit and you think from that person who doesn't even know the basics, if you will, of the economy, of how money works, of the system, of corporate, the America that is a corporation, right? Then it does, that is my hesitation, right? Because the average, again, as you say, sheep, they they might not understand how scary it is to have a CBDC where they can press a button and you can't use your funds, right? Or they can press a button and all of a sudden you're at zero. They might not get that, right? And so, I again, that's my hesitation.
Going back to the sheep. I think there's this paradigm shift that we're seeing, and we're. I'm not gonna get political here, but what we can see this happening with the vaccine, right? If the governments can't force people to take vaccines across the world without there being uprising, wait till you screw with their money, right? And governments are going to screw this up. Logic sphere, they're going to screw it up.
I can hear that. I think that's a good point, because my whole thing is like, for this to really work, there's going to have to be a total shift in consciousness globally, and it's going to have to go down to the average person in society, right? That's the thing with me. There's going to have to be a total shift, and
yeah, I mean, it's going to take the U.S. government, one political organization, to have power and say, if you use a CBDC to have an abortion, we're turning off all of your accounts.
Right.
You know, some shit like that could happen.
I hear you. Yeah.
You know, depending on who's in power. And this is why Bitcoin is going to win, because the people in power, they don't stay in power for long times, right? There's going to be these shifts in power and control over people's money. People are going to get sick of it, bro. All right. Hanamachi, I hope I pronounced that right, says subscribed on fire. Crawford, people won't get that at first. No, they won't. Some still don't even know the dollar isn't backed by anything. Crawford.
Yeah.
I went to, I don't want to say too much, but I graduated with doctors, right? There's doctors out there in the field working, highly intelligent, that didn't even know what fiat was. I was having a conversation with a colleague, and I mentioned the word fiat. He said, "What is that?"
Exactly.
So yeah, you've got highly intelligent people in America, in the world, that don't understand anything about economics.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and let me say, and you can even just tell, because I know we've all been that person to do a little back and forth on a Twitter thread or on an Instagram comments, and you just can tell right off the bat that people have no idea what they're talking about, right? Because one thing that I'll always hear is Bitcoin isn't backed by anything, right? Crypto isn't backed by anything, and they don't even understand that what they're holding in their wallet and in their bank, fiat currency, is backed by the faith, what is it, the what, the faith of the government? Are you crazy? At least Bitcoin has, code and mathematics, right, that back it.
They don't even know the money that they have isn't really even in the banks.
Right.
It's not even there.
It's not even there. Wow.
So yeah, there's going to be a lot of education going on, but you are very early to all this. A man from day one says, all my savings accounts are 0.01 and I've moved into crypto for over a year now. Yes. You have taken the crypto, the pill there. A big sigh of relief that I'm part of the future. Yes, you're so early. You're so early. Michael Swain says, agreed, they are going to screw it up because they are already so behind the curve. They are so behind the curve that America's they're not law enforcement, but their Security Exchange Commission is litigating a case from 2016, 2017. This is how far behind the curve they are. Let's not even talk about DeFi, NFTs, and DAOs, right? And this is what I'm saying, is that governments aren't going to be able to keep up with the technology.
They can't even do it now.
The regulations aren't going to be able to keep up. Okay, Michael Swain says, agreed, they are going, I just said that. Crawford, what's up? It's going to take them putting an expiration date on some funds before they get it. You're right, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And then, you get, I don't know, you get a super Christian in there that in the president's seat, let's say you got to go to church once a month or we're going to freeze your funds. I mean,
it could get crazy.
Theoretically,
it could get crazy.
This thing could get crazy with CBDCs.
It could get wild.
Yes.
It really could.
Michael Swain says, some public figures know the tech, but most elected officials have no idea. And Michelle and I, we talk about this with our friends a lot. Knowing so much about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, and then listening to our leaders on TV talk about it and stumble about it and just completely clueless. It makes you think, what other areas are they this clueless
scary.
about? Isn't that scary?
It's scary, y'all. And I was telling Creole this. Yeah, we had a conversation on this. It's something about, and again, this is why we come back to Bitcoin, y'all. When you take the orange pill of Bitcoin, it's like personally for me, and like I said, we're never going to get political or kind of dive into that on here. But for me, it's like, I don't care about a blue pill. I don't care about a red pill. But when you take that orange pill, it's like you see the BS in everything.
You really do.
Across the board. And you realize that no one knows what they're doing and no one...
Deep sheep. Yes, you are right about that. Harry Lime, personally, I view BTC as its own thing, separate and apart. Yes, that's how you got to view it. Like Michelle said, its utility is the preservation of wealth. I think of it like property. It just sits there and grows in value. That's right. And it's digital property. So, and Michael Saylor kind of lays this out so very eloquently. When you're looking at the cryptocurrency space right now, you want to buy the Manhattan digital property, right? The Manhattan digital property is Bitcoin. Polkadot might be upstate New York, there's some coins we think are Jersey, Right. So yes, you can accumulate more of a digital asset that costs less, but right now the name of the game is to buy as much beachfront digital property, real estate as possible now. Okay, Michael Swain says, "Damn, Creole, it's humbling. We need to all be on the same page the best we can, since we are ahead of the curve." Yeah, this is very humbling, and
right.
Bitcoin will humble you.
100%.
Cryptocurrency will humble you. I mean, we've been in it some time, and we're still learning every day, right?
Right, and that's kind of why I say it's like I've said this before. we do our best to know what we're talking about, right? We do our research. We're in these crypto streets every single day. But y'all, there's so much going on in this space that there's days where I'm like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything at all, right? And it kind of brings me back to when Elon was popping off at the mouth over summer. I was like, how big
Arrogant.
is your ego? Yeah,
Arrogant.
how arrogant are you to come into this space popping off at the mouth like you know anything about a thing, right? There's people who have been in here since day one, right? And are still humbled by BTC, by Bitcoin every single day, and by crypto by every single day, right? Yeah. This space will humble you over and over and over again.
Right. Crawford says the full faith of a government 30 trillion in debt. That's another thing, Crawford. You know, with these CBDCs, they're going to be wiling out with debt. Definitely. They're going to screw this up because governments can't even they can't even control the power they have now.
Right.
CBDCs is like what's the Lord of the Ring, my precious. They're going to what's that phrase? Power corrupts absolute. Power corrupts absolutely. And this is why Bitcoin is so important, because Bitcoin shines the light on darkness, because Bitcoin is the purest form of money. So we're gonna see that. A man from day one. Shout out to you guys for sharing info about the Miami coin. Yes. How do we? I mean, Michelle talked about that first. You talked about stacks first.
No, you talked about it first, and then I hopped on board.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we're always looking. Again, it's just so much going out there, and you know, we don't talk about everything that we are invested in, but right. I know our words carry weight here on the channel. So if I do bring something up to the community, it's something I feel will be here, have longevity.
And this is a good time to say nothing we ever say is financial advice. Y'all already know that, right? We don't have to keep saying it, but as always, we, feel passionate about certain projects or like certain projects, but it's
$10 million in it for New York. Up next is, I believe, Austin, San Francisco coin. So this is just going to grow more and more. And I think the mayor of Tampa Bay reached out to City Coins and wanted to move forward with that. So, I mean, and when we talk about politicians and governments, one thing we do know they love is power and greed. So they're going to want to get reelected. And providing citizens a Bitcoin dividend will definitely help them get reelected. So it's interesting what this new era we're going to move into. What a time to be alive, for sure. For sure. Okay, what time is it? How long have we been on?
About an hour.
Yeah, about an hour. Okay, we've been on about an hour. Looks like we still have a couple people trickling in, watching back and forth.
Yeah, let us know if y'all have any more comments or questions, y'all, because we might wrap it up here in a little bit, okay?
Yeah, we're just going to jam out. I'm trying to find this website I wanted to bring up for y'all. Hold on one second. I think that may be the website, yeah.
Hannah, this is it?
Yeah.
Hana Michi, what's the normal stream time? So on
for us, man, we just wing it. Whenever people stop watching or whenever people stop having questions. But what I do, I keep saying every Sunday. It's not every Sunday, but this Sunday, join me. I will be here 6:30 p.m. Central Time, and I count down the Bitcoin weekly close, and I'm going to give you news from all over the crypto market, and then I break down the top 10 for you, because that's really most important if you're new to the space, is to understand what the market is telling you, all right, especially in the top 10. But the normal streamline, if we go live, it's usually an hour to 2 hours. We're not very strict with that. Coin Hodler says, whoever won the streaming bet over the 1 BTC. Hey, why'd you even bring that up? No, Michelle is definitely kicking my ass right now.
Yes, absolutely.
But we still have another month. I may.
And let me plug my stream as well. Hanamichi, I go live on Fridays. About 90% of the time I will be live on Fridays. As y'all know, as we've said before, we do our best to make sure that we're on here giving you all content. It's not always the easiest depending on what kind of week we have, but we try to be live on Fridays and Sundays. So go ahead, subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, so you are alerted when we go live. And yeah, we'll see you on these other lives that we do.
That actually is not the website. Give me one more moment here. I want to try to pull up this website for you, because those that are listening, I wanted to share something with you about what the market makers are about to do. Okay, here it is here. Bitcoin ity.org /markets. So I don't know how many of you listening to this stream are really into technical analysis or TAs. If you are, there's only one person on YouTube you need to listen to, and go follow him right now. His channel is called Traders Reality, and what he does, he teaches you how to trade against the zones, right? And what that means is retail is not in control. Banks are not in control of the crypto market. You and me, we are not in control. YouTube influencers are not in control of the cryptocurrency market. The market makers are the people influencing the price, right? Who are the market makers? The market makers are the pioneers of the industry. These are the people who got in early. They have, hundreds of thousands of Bitcoins in their wallet. They have, millions of XRP, millions of other coins, and they influence the market, right? So here's just a little something I wanted to show you that kind of shows you the order book here. And on Sunday, I'll have a better version of this to show you. But this shows you where the orders are, where the liquidity is, right? So what market makers like to do, they like to tap these areas of liquidity. They like to get retail to go long when they go short, and they liquidate them. So Logic Sphere, if you're listening to me right now, you asked me a question last week. Your question was, how come when Bitcoin drops, the rest of the market drops? This is why, because when the market makers, when they liquidate retail, right? Retail has to sell their alts to either increase their collateral or to pay back their loans. So again, this is why Bitcoin is so important, because that's where all the liquidity is, right? The majority of people trade Bitcoin. So when they get liquidated, they have to sell their alts in order to cover their margin calls or increase their collateral. So until there's a decoupling between Bitcoin and other pairs, Bitcoin is always going to be dominant because of that, because the market moves according to what Bitcoin does. And what we're about to see, I still think we may go a little bit lower with Bitcoin, because we have we've got like 400 Bitcoins waiting to be liquidated around 52,000. I believe, and again, I'm not a technical analysis person at all, but I have seen market makers liquidate retail and then shoot the price back up to fill the rest of the orders. So when the price is going down, what market makers do, they are building their longs, right? This is why you always do the opposite of what the market is doing. You have to be a market maker, right? Or you're going to get liquidated like retail. Retail always gets played. This plays out time and time again. So could Bitcoin dip to 55, 52? Possibly, yeah. But if you look at these order books and where the liquidity is, we are going to see a sharp raise. Because look, here's some Bitcoins right here waiting to get liquidated. So the market maker taps that liquidity, liquidates retail, and then they shift the market back up. And that's what we're going to see happen moving into the next month. And this is what historically happens, okay? Last 2-3 cycles, during Thanksgiving, there's always a dip. After Thanksgiving, we shoot up exponentially. But we could be in a super cycle. What does that mean? We could be in a prolonged cycle. Right. So nobody knows what's going to happen. If you're listening to people on YouTube that's telling you what's going to happen, they're lying to you.
No one knows. And, one prediction that I heard in terms of this possibly being a super cycle, someone said it could be possible that we chill around this area through December, or we have a, quote, crash in December, and then we see the peaks in the spring, right? April, May area, we would see the peak of the bull run. But again, I personally think that we're going to repeat history. Me personally, I know other people think differently. We'll see what happens. That's all. Nobody knows. Nobody.
We will see.
Yeah.
And I personally think, I still think, in my humble opinion, this may be a prolonged super cycle. I will tell you why. Because this cycle is so different from the previous cycles. Why? Because we actually have applications this cycle. We actually have liquidity locked up in DeFi. We actually have liquidity locked up in NFTs.
Right.
So are we going to see the market crash 80%, 90% like we have in the past? Probably not, because people aren't going to be able to sell their NFTs quick enough. Because, even if you look at the Polkadot ecosystem, you have to unbond your dot for 21, 28 days. Asian session just opened up not too long ago. So, this weekend, moving into the next week, we may see some fireworks happen, right?
Yeah, that would be nice. I know we're all waiting for it. But yeah, we'll see. But the key is always to be patient. Michael Swain, if you guys had a meetup in the metaverse, I'd go get on Oculus.
Oh, we're actually talking about that.
Yes, we've been talking about that for a while now, actually. Yeah.
And there's actually somebody in the Discord that works on metaverse worlds that Michelle is supposed to be talking to right now.
Yeah, that's something that we've been discussing for a while now. It's like really actually building out, a UTG world, where we can all meet up, have discussion, X, Y, and Z. I mean, that's something that we could technically do now, right? If we were to meet in VR chat or, whatever the scenario. But, we'll get there. We're not there yet, but we will get there.
Yeah, Dr. Crypto has done that, have meetups in VR to talk about crypto, watch crypto movies, documentaries. So he's working on that as well. We've had some heated debates in VR chat with people who have no idea what they're talking about. But who knows? Sometimes we don't know what we're talking about.
All right, y'all. Just a heads up, within the next 10 minutes, we're probably going to go ahead and end the stream. So put your questions, comments, go ahead and flood the chat right now so we get to it within the next 10 minutes. Okay, Harry Lime just read Wyckoff's breakdown of Wall Street traders from the 1930s. Nothing has changed. The game is played exactly the same today in crypto. Buy the fear, sell the greed.
That's right. And I also recommend to you, Harry, after that book, go read a book. It's called Trading the Zones. I forgot who it's by, but again, go right now and subscribe to Traders Reality. He comes daily, and he gives you, live analysis of what's happening live on a daily basis. And this guy is the most legit TA person on YouTube right now. Trader's Reality, and the book is called, it's not his book, but a book that he recommends is Trading the Zone. That's how he teaches you how to trade the zone, because the market makers, they move in zones of 3, right?
And also, thank you all for hitting that thumbs up. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. It really, really helps our channel. As we said before, this takes work, right, in time, and we went through it earlier before.
Oh my gosh,
this
I was
live,
about to give up. I said cancel the live.
We almost canceled. So hitting that thumbs up really, truly means a lot. So thank you for that. If you're not subscribed, and join the Discord as well. The link to the Discord is in the solo.to link in the description. So go ahead and hit that. All right. Any more questions, y'all? Go ahead, get any more questions in.
You get it in now. And I promise you I'll be live this time on Sunday. I'm going to do it. I've got a lot to talk about too. A lot to catch up on. The news has been insane. But I only bring you the news that matters, not all this other BS you see on people's thumbnails. Harry Lime will do. Okay. Thank you. All right, we'll leave the chat open up a couple more minutes. We'll close out in about 5 minutes here. The middle of the hour. Speaking of news, what do you think about this Bitcoin city?
Yeah, there's a lot of news going on with that.
With the El Salvador Bitcoin bond, I do have some beef with it because the broker is actually Bitfinex, which is the owner of Tether. I wish they would have went a little more legit there. But I think the Bitcoin bond in El Salvador will be successful. I just wish they would have used an accredited, regulated broker for that. But good for El Salvador. I think El Salvador is going to be very successful because why? We know where Bitcoin is going.
Right.
And if you go back to that Bitcoin treasuries page, I think they have over 1,400 Bitcoins now. So good for them. A man from day one, thanks, catch you Sunday. Yeah, drop in on Sunday. I'll have some jams too. Been working on some music. Let me see, what else?
Let's take a look at the market. Have we even kind of looked at the market real quick?
Yeah, bring up the top 10. I don't even know.
Okay, so where are we at? So yeah, Bitcoin is at 57.6. I think we went up to 59 today.
I thought I saw 59 too.
Yeah, 59 today.
And the day is coming very soon where we're gonna see a $10,000 daily candle. We're on the verge of that. Crawford says, anyone got any Pavia? I did not. And you know what, Crawford? I was not very feeling that project, but I went back to the website the other day, and I'm actually really feeling it right now. I'm really feeling it. I might pick up some land. I was on the secondary market. I'm not about to pay that many ADA for a pixelated piece of land, but I'll catch the next one. I think it's going to do well in the future. I think you're right. There was some crazy demand for their airdrop next month. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, interesting stuff there. I know we have some people in the Discord. I think that was you, actually. Crawford talking about Pavia. So yeah, let us know in the Discord. We have taken a look at it. I don't know, for some reason I just haven't been super excited about it. There's not a particular reason for that. I don't know why. I think it's because my focus is just on so many other different things right now.
The metaverse is hot right now, but I think this metaverse craze, not what people are promising, isn't going to materialize for probably another cycle. So I'm just keeping my ear to the streets right now. I'm not investing too much in metaverse projects, because I did that last cycle with so many projects promised, and I was stuck holding the bag throughout the entire bear market. So I've got
PTSD. But yeah, I mean, that's a good point, Creole, because I think I'm kind of the same way. As I feel like I have time to build some positions in these metaverse projects. I mean, of course these things are going to go up, and but I think there's going to be a second chance in a lot of these projects. So again, I'm just focused on some other things right now, but to each their own. So, but as usual, let us know in the Discord what y'all are into. ETH is at 4,416 right now. Good little recovery. Cardano, ADA is is a little linked over right now.
They had some FUD in the news.
Yeah, and I get like clickbait titles, but like some people just going overboard, because as I said, they weren't delisted from eToro, because I think maybe that's what caused the...
And it didn't help.
Yeah, didn't help. Yeah, that's a good point. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm still bullish on Cardano. Polkadot around 40, Solana 204.
Sheesh, I never thought I saw Polkadot below 40 again, but...
Yep, here it is.
Hey, this is a flash sale. Again, there's close to 80 million Polkadot locked up in the first two parachain auctions. So, multiply that by 50, you can see there's going to be a supply shock.
All right, couple more comments, y'all, and then we're going to head out.
Crawford says, yeah, it was him telling about it. The developers have been doing work. Yes, I saw the work the developers were doing on Pavia on the website. Well, I hope you're really bullish on it, because if it does blow up, you'll have some land.
Yeah, for sure.
We may be hitting you up. We may put some a club or a casino on it or something. Go ahead.
Harry Lime. Army of Spies has bought some beachfront in Pavia. We can all meet up there someday. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've noticed Army of Spies, he's bullish on it, or at least feels good about the project. Again, for me, I don't know. I just haven't made a move on it. I've just been focused on other things. So I may catch the next go round, or we'll just see what happens.
You can't win them all. You can't win them all.
You really cannot. You really cannot.
There's gonna be some things you miss. That's why you have to focus on long-term projects. Okay.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. Hit that thumbs up on the way out.
Yes.
Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Join the Discord in the solo.2 link. Creole has said that he will be going live on Sunday.
Hold me to it.
Yeah.
Hold me to it.
Hit that notification bell. Be on the lookout for that. Y'all, next week we will be traveling. We will do what we can with content. I imagine we will definitely try to go live at some point while we're in Miami, because why not? We're in Miami. So we'll see. Stay tuned on that, but letting y'all know right now, we're going to be traveling. It's going to be a lot going on, so be patient with us. And be in the Discord, and we'll update y'all. All right. With that, y'all, be safe these holidays. Get home safe. And we'll see you the next time.
Peace,
y'all.